I wrote my speech out a few minutes ago. First of all, I want to send a huge thank you to each and every one of you for coming tonight. Really appreciate the support, family and friends. We couldn't do it without you. What are you doing up here? This is my wife, Wendy. Isn't she amazing? Speech. So, I was going to Mick Jagger that later, but so thank you for coming tonight. This is a really special event. Want to come stand up here? I feel like I should be singing to Argentina right now, but I'm not going to. And a special thank you to the Gratans, Kim and Fabio, for letting us host this event. And Tim, the tireless effort to put this thing on tonight. We couldn't have done this without you. Thank you so much. So, I also want to thank Wendy. She is an amazing woman, and has been my wife. And it would be possible without her. So without any further ado, I kind of want to talk to you about why we're here tonight. A couple of years ago, we were graced with a beautiful baby girl. Her name was Haley Mays Basileros. And she was, for those of you who have met her, she was something. We used to say that she could really make a statue smile. And she just was so full of life. But when she was born, she had some physical challenges. Just to kind of make it very easy, her food tube was not connected to her stomach. It was instead connected to her air tube. So when she would breathe in, her stomach would be filled with air. That's the simplest way of calling it. But after quite a few surgeries and quite a bit of time in the hospital, in and out, and I think we were in there months at a time, she came out and she was a normal kid. We fed her through her stomach, through a G-tube for a while, but other than that, she was a normal, happy, healthy kid. And it was through the help of her therapist. She had a team of 4 amazing therapists. We had a physical therapist, occupational therapist, a feeding therapist, a speech therapist, and an infant stimulus therapist. And the 4 of them worked very hard together to get her from not being able to hold her head up because she was because she was a preemie and had spent so much time on her back in the hospital, to when she turned 3, they signed her out and gave her a clean bill of health. She was a happy, normal kid. So Haley has touched everyone's lives in such a way that over the last 2 years, when she passed away, we created a foundation, and that foundation is called the Haley Mays Foundation. When she passed away, people were giving us, they wanted to give something. People just wanted to give and wanted to help. And so immediately we knew that we didn't need the help, we didn't need the money, we didn't need the gifts, but there are people out there that absolutely do. And so what we did is we said, hey, let's start this foundation and let's set up a way for people to be able to give and to be able to share a little bit of Haley with the rest of the world. And so over a period of time, people sent us money, and then the other thing that people would do is they would nominate families. And they would say, hey, this family has children with special needs. This family is having some financial difficulties, and they could use some help, and they could use a halo. And so what we did is we would give away what's called Haley's Halos, and we would call people randomly, like Ed McMahon style. And I can't even tell you, I mean, when someone's not expecting your call, can I tell you how many times I called in a row? I think one time I called like 10 times in a row, and the person answered the phone was like, seriously? What's going on? I'm like, let me break it down for you. But it was, we would call these families, and we would offer them, it was a cash gift, and it is, and we would tell them it's not really from us, it was really from Haley, and really their friend who nominated them. And when we would give these out, I would sit there with Wendy and our whole family. My 6-year-old daughter was 6 at the time, but almost 8 now. And we would sit there and we would talk to the family, and we'd hear about their child, and hear about the struggles, but also hear about the joy that a little bit of joy that we gave them for that day. And so for me, giving out these Haley's Halos was part of the healing process. And it really helped my family out a lot. So fast forward a few years, and I run into the Haley's therapist, and like, we want to do something great. I said great. So we started talking, and we spent some time together, and ultimately what it came down to was they loved Haley so much, and they were such a big part of her life, and it turns out that she was a huge part of their life, and that there doesn't a day go by that there isn't some sort of sign or some sort of message that they feel like they get from her. And And so Wendy and I were particularly touched by that, and we've just stayed so close to them. And then when we had these conversations, like, let's do something great, what it came down to was, let's start a clinic. Let's help children. Let's help more kids with special needs. And so by bringing their expertise to the table, we have been working very hard to, and I'm very pleased to announce that we'll be opening up the aMAYZing Kids Clinic on September 1st. So, we're very, very excited about it. So you know, the clinic is set up to be a self-sufficient business. We have negotiated, or in the process of negotiating, insurance contracts with all the big providers so that we can provide service for children that are insured. But what we are doing with the foundation is we are raising money to help special needs children that just are underinsured or uninsured. And there are so many of them out there. I mean, we get, just by saying this out there and just by launching our website a few weeks ago, I just keep getting emails of families who just need the help. And there's nothing worse than seeing your child and knowing that they need help and that there's just nowhere to turn. So we're going to be there for when they need somewhere to turn. So we have set some things in motion here, and we are going to open a clinic that is going to help children. And with your help and with your friends' help and your network help, and ultimately tonight we're here to kick off this party. And we're here to help spread the word, and hoping that you will take this message and you will pass it on to your friends and your family, and just start spreading the word about Haley and about the aMAYZing Kids Clinic. So we're very excited about that. Thank you. So a couple more things. We have a great program set up for you tonight. There are some great people talking. We have a few musical numbers. I am predicting that no one's going to have a dry eye. I'm going to be crying like a little girl up there for sure. So, those of you I work with, it's not really who I am. That's the real show. Yeah. What else? So we're hoping that you kind of feel something. You feel the spirit of Haley and what she brought and means to the rest of us tonight. There are people that we're going to have talk to you tonight that have been touched by her and by this 3-year-old girl. And then we have a very special guest and announcement at the very end. So before I get started with the rest of the program, I want to talk to you about the event and how it's structured tonight. So the goal here, you guys, was it is a fundraiser, but we wanted to get people here to come enjoy and have a party and enjoy themselves. There's no obligation at all for anything, but if you leave without buying something, just don't ever talk to me again. I'm kidding. But in all seriousness, what we wanted to do was give you a way to, everyone can participate a little bit, whatever your means are. And so what we've done is we have a ticket system here. There are a few activities that you can buy tickets and use them for. Right here is the ticket booth, and you can buy your tickets and your chips, and I'll talk about chips in a second. So there are 3 events that you can buy tickets for. One's called the Diamond Bar. And there's 25 champagne glasses down there. You pick one, you go get a glass of champagne, give them your tickets, and each glass has a number on it. At 8:30, we'll announce the winning number, and someone donated a $500 diamond ring, and that the person who gets that will receive the ring. So you have a 1 in 25 chance at that. Huh? What? Oh, there's also Martinelli's for those that... so that's one event. There's also one here that's called Sign of the Dimes. In case you don't know, and I don't know if Wendy's going to talk about this later, but right after Haley passed away, she started seeing dimes just everywhere. And it was one of those things that she was able to find a lot of peace and comfort in. And it's funny the way it spread. I mean, we've got people all over the world that find dimes. They may not have dimes in Russia, but whatever, they are rubles, or they find dimes and they call us, they email us and they tell us the story and how Haley's looking out for them. And we've got little kids like, I found a dime. Oh, there's Haley talking to me. So there's the way the game works is you get one ticket, you put it in there, and you get to pick a dime. And there's one very special dime in there. We're not going to tell you which one it is. We'll announce it at 8:30, and then you win some sort of prize. I don't remember what it is, but it's better than dime. So. Way better, right? Oh, an iTunes gift card. Very good. And then the third one here, this one's a lot of fun. So back here, it's called Haley's Handprint. If you notice in our logo, it's a series of handprints that are in a circle. Those are actually Haley's handprints. And you can tell because her one finger kind of bends in just a little bit. Kim, let me see. Right there. She got it from her hand. Does it see? There you go, see? You can see how it bends in just a little bit. And you know it's Haley's, right? So what we did was, you can go to Costco or Ralph's, and they say, do you want to pay $1 for a chalk card, whatever, you can sign your name or send a shout out. What we've done is we've created some very special ones over here with our handprint on it, and if you sign your name or put a shout out on there, we're going to turn it over to one of our artists at Ignite, who's going to turn it into a mural at the clinic. So it'll become a piece of art. So it just starts here, but it allows you to be part of what we're doing. So those are the things that you can do for tickets. Then we have our poker is going to start right after this. And it's not a tournament, but we're going to look at chip counts after about an hour and a half, and there are some great prizes that you're going to win there. It's a $50 buy-in. Again, everything you do tonight is tax deductible. No matter how good you are and how much you win, we're keeping your money. But it's a good way to participate and have some fun. So immediately after this, there's, I think, 2 tables downstairs. You can buy your chips here, take them downstairs, go have fun. It's a self-running thing. So. And then we also have our silent auction. And if you guys haven't been up here yet, you look around at all these things, we have got some amazing things up here. A couple things I'd like to showcase if you don't mind. One of our friends of our family is an artist, and his canvas that he uses is the newsprint. And so he found a story about Haley, and he created a piece of art, and he used a design style called mixism. And so that newspaper canvas is a story about Wendy and I and Haley and our family and the foundation. And what he does is he used that as an inspiration, and there's a whole story behind that painting. And so that is up for auction tonight. We have quite a few different baskets, toys, gifts. We have snowboards, vacation packages. The other thing is there's a necklace here. One of the friends of the Britons was very touched by Haley's story, and he created a custom piece, and it's got a little halo with an inset of diamond and little wings, and it's a custom, one-of-a-kind piece. So we're auctioning that off as well tonight. So please make your, for those of you who don't know how silent auction works, it's silent. Don't say anything. No, but if you find something you like, you just put your name up there and try to beat the bid. We're going to end the auction at 8:30. So around 8:25, I recommend you start hovering and looking at what you're looking for and try to outbid. But please, you guys, the thing that's crazy here is whatever doesn't get bid for, I get to keep. So there's some golf packages up there that I want to keep. Do not bid for this. Is there anything you want to bid? So that's kind of how the event works. There is food and drink, open bar all night, you guys. And then there's plenty of food here. And we may open up the room for maybe some rock band or karaoke a little later. But the night is really about having fun, feeling a little bit of the spirit of Haley, and really get to enjoy each other's company. So I'm going to open it up real quick because someone said they had a lot of questions. There's someone who wants to ask me a question, is brave enough to ask me a question. About the clinic, about the foundation. Yes, in the back.
If we want to give a donation just straight to the foundation, what do we write our checks out to and who do we give it to?
Okay, checks can be made out to the Haley Mays Foundation and just bring it to the ticket booth. So any donations, cash or check, whatever, there's a fun little Lay's box here that the folks at Ignite were so kind to make. And for those of you who don't know the Lay's story, Haley, that was the only thing she'd ever eat, those Lay's potato chips. So it's been a special brand to us. But yeah, so great question in the back there, Demon. So yeah, donations, and then we also take credit cards. So you can go up here and we can swipe your card too.
So how does someone get a referral for a patient to go to a clinic, to the clinic?
Oh, great question. So we have our business cards over here. Just grab one for any one of the therapists and contact them, and then we can start that process. We're going to introduce them here in a few minutes. So he knows. Are you reading the witness? I believe so. For the record, that's one of the therapist's husbands. So let me talk to you a little. So without any further ado, I'm going to introduce the rest of the program. We're going to try to make this fun and snappy so you guys get back to time went off. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so we have a few musical numbers. I'm going to tell you about a guy. His name is Daniel McKim. He's a local songwriter. He heard the story through one of our therapists about Haley and was inspired to write a few songs. So tonight you're going to be able to hear a few of those songs performed. If there are 4 songs to be performed, he's going to introduce all of them. Actually, one of them was written by my brother on the plane out here to go to Haley's funeral. He performed it for the family, and I haven't listened to it yet since because it's again blubbering me up there. So he'll be performing that and a few other songs. I'm going to let him introduce that. We're going to hear from the therapist. They're going to say a few words. We're going to hear, we are blessed to have one of our Halo recipients' families here. They're going to be here and they're going to say a few words. We're going to hear from Wendy. Yeah, thank you. Actually, thank them. We're going to hear from Wendy, and she's going to say something amazing, I'm sure. And then we'll have a few more musical numbers, and I'll wrap it up. So without any further ado, Daniel McKim.
So my name is Daniel McKim, and I am a professional songwriter, which means that I eat a lot of top ramen and based dishes. And I didn't know Haley while she was here, but at this point I do feel pretty connected to her. I was introduced to Stephanie, who was one of Haley's feeding therapists. And we were talking about maybe writing a song for the event. And so immediately when I was talking, it was obvious how much Haley had impacted her life. So I knew immediately what I wanted to write the songs about, which was the fact that she is still having an effect, to this day. So she sent me some information about Haley, some pictures and some stories, and a link to Wendy's blog. And, obviously it was a heartbreaking story, but what was really inspiring was, how courageous she was to share that story. And what was inspiring was the meaning that she gave to it. So I immediately knew what I want the second song to be about. So, I am definitely one of those people who knows that everything happens the way it is supposed to happen. So that is really kind of the direction that I took with these songs. And in the middle of all that, I knew it was really interesting to find myself as one of Haley's instruments. So that really was really inspiring to me. Seeing everyone here, it was really cool to see that all of you guys are now her instruments as well. So the first song is going to be sung by Stephanie's daughter, Mackenzie. And it's called With You.
Thank you. So when they said Stephanie's daughter, Stephanie's one of the therapists, so who's going to be starting this with us. Wasn't that just amazing and beautiful? The next song, like I mentioned before, is one my brother wrote on his way out here. It's called August Rain. She passed away in August. And it's not meant to be a terribly sad song, just a realization song where you're forced to look at reality and you're forced to make a decision on how you're going to deal with that reality. So we are going to be performing that here shortly. Next, I'm going to cover a Rage Against the Machine song. Gotta get this party started, but Seriously, that was beautiful. Thank you guys for that. Next, we are going to hear from Kelly and Ryan Gaia. They received a halo from us, but I'm going to let them tell that story. Kelly and Ryan.
Join in this wonderful celebration of Haley's life. You know, she lived a short life, but what a huge, huge legacy she has. We too didn't know Haley personally when she was here on this earth. But gosh, we feel like we are so connected to her now, and she has blessed our lives so much. 5 years ago, we had triplet girls. We had them prematurely. And after a couple days, we lost 2 of them. And our third is little Abby. Because of her prematurity, she suffered a really bad brain hemorrhage. And because of that, she has some special extras. And she has been in therapy her whole life, 4 days a week. We have gone up to Children's Hospital in Orange County for her therapy. And like Wendy and Sean can attest, those therapists become your family. So on so many levels, this amazing clinic, Amazing Kids Clinic, it's so close to home for us. Sorry. You know, our girls are very, very close to Haley, maybe like 10 feet away. And when we go visit them, we always go visit Haley, and she's such this bright light, her flag with this huge smile on her face. And the dimes. Because that sweet little girl and her legacy she left, we got a phone call maybe a little over a year ago now from Sean.
You only had to call twice. That was the tip.
And like I said, our daughter Abby, she has lots of extras. She's had 18 surgeries today. She has cerebral palsy, and she's been fed through a feeding tube for most of her life. And as you can imagine, medical bills get racked up pretty quickly. And my husband was in the mortgage world, which took a big dump, as everyone knows. And so we found ourselves in quite a predicament with this sweet little girl who needed a lot of help and a lot of extras. And my husband worked for 2 different mortgage companies, and they both shut down. And this particular month was a really tough month. And we quite honestly didn't know how we were going to get through it. How we were going to make it till that next paycheck. And lo and behold, we got a phone call. And this strange man that knew who we were, who just said that we had been nominated for a Haley's Halo, and he needed our address because he had a check to send us.
That's when I started crying.
mom had called to offer us a Haley's Gala. And then, like 3 days later, we received a check in the mail. And that sweet little girl allowed us to get by and to do what we needed to do for our family and for our babies. We will be forever grateful to be a part of Haley's legacy. And like I mentioned, our daughter, she has lots of extras, and we would love to be the first patient at aMAYZing.
I made him cry. Thank you guys, what a powerful story. And that's the reason why we do these things. That's the reason right there of, that's why Haley made the choice. And we believe she made that choice. It's because there are families, there are people that need her help. And we believe that with all of our hearts. So thank you guys for that. Next we're going to hear, Next, I am pleased and honored to be able to introduce you to 4 very amazing ladies. Oh yeah, you guys are going next. That's cool. So I'm going to introduce you guys. Come on up while I'm talking about you, please. This is Stephanie, Michelle, Charlotte, and Lori. So not only were they instrumental in Haley and in Haley's therapy, and not only are they amazing members of our family, but they have gone on a adventure with me trying to steer the ship, and that's been hilarious to watch, let me tell you. But here we are today. I want to introduce these guys. They are fine people, but the likes of which are rare to behold on this earth. They give so much. They want to give. I remember the first day we sat together, we talked about this. We made a commitment that day that whatever we do, it's not about the money. We're not here to make money with the clinic. That's not the goal. The purpose is to help children. And right now, it's broken. We know our healthcare system's broken. We know that there are families out there that can't get the help we need. And so we're going to do a little bit something special. And I'm going to let them talk about that. Who's talking?
Well, howdy, y'all. We're so pleased to be here, and we're so grateful to each and every one of you who came out. We met at a little clinic where we all had the true pleasure to work with Haley. She was a pistol, and those of you who know, she would just light up a room. She's very demanding too, but you know, it's pretty good in a girl. But one of the things we discovered is we're an amazing team together, and we've all worked in our fair share of clinics and school districts, and our field is predominantly women. And I've had good coworkers before, but there was something special here that really works. And we knew then that we wanted to work together, always, if we could. That little clinic shut down. We went to another one. That didn't work out. We kept running into situations where decisions increasingly seemed to be made on what's the bottom dollar and not what's truly best for the patient. And with little children, there's precious little time to waste. Sooner is always better. And it never hurts a child to get therapy, but it sure makes a big difference if they needed it and they didn't get it. You can't go back in time and make up for that. And we see more and more parents that are losing their jobs or downgrading their jobs. So there aren't just children that are uninsured, but there are children who are underinsured. Regional Center, which funds the early intervention program 0 to 3, they lost a lot of money. A lot of funding was cut in the past administration. And so they're not taking as many children either. And it's a shame and it's a crime, and I can't imagine what it's like to be a parent knowing you need 6 hours a week for your child to make a difference and all you can afford is one. So we want to offer pro bono services to qualifying families who truly do not have the means to get what their children need to make a difference. Because to be independent and functional and to do something on your own is the best feeling. It's the greatest gift you could give somebody. So we want to work together. We all have the same belief that it's the child that is first and foremost. And then the family, but even sometimes too, the family doesn't understand what's best for the child. So there's a learning curve involved in that, but it's always coming down to the child. And we want to pay our bills, but mostly we want to make sure that kids get the services they need. And unfortunately, developmental disabilities are on the rise. Children are born earlier, and we have multiple children being born, and these are all children who tend to have a lot of needs. So there's just more and more need, and there's less and less resources out there for these children. So that's what our clinic hopes to be. We don't necessarily want to be the clinic of last resort. We want to be the clinic that every clinic should be. That it's not out there to buy yourself another BMW. You're here to make a difference forever in someone's life and in a family's life. And then it turns and helps our school system and our society. You know, everybody wins. It's a win-win situation. So we'll be taking insurance and private pay and regional center, but we also have very dear to our heart the pro bono program for the families that need the services and can't get it. And, you know, it's not the little kid's fault. It's not the parents' fault. So they shouldn't suffer for it. And we're so grateful, again, as I said, for y'all to be here and to support this. And our fervent hope is that you'll take this beyond this room and tell everybody you know. And let them know there are ways they can help, even if they give $20. If 1,000 people give $20, that's several months of therapy for a little kid. So every little bit really makes a difference. So, I guess that's all I want to say. Thanks.
I just wanted to say thank you. Also, to part of what we share as therapists and when we get to spend time with children is getting to take a child from a place where they may be struggling or limited to normal, and it's a normal life. And the process that we've been through with Sean and Wendy over the last year in developing something that is going to help so many people. We're so grateful to you guys and to everybody here as well. So thank you for being a part of it. We hope you will all come to the clinic and stop in and ask what you can do to help and make it your home too. And we adore each other. We adore you guys, and we love Haley. And every time we see her face and her picture, and we laugh about the times we shared with her, the little chicken soup that you see. I mean, the Halloween pumpkin. We have so many fantastic memories that we have shared with Haley. And when we see kids now, we go, oh, it's just like Haley. You know, and it's great. So thank you all so very much for being here, and please continue to be involved with the clinic and give your time and any of your thoughts as well. So thank you.
Aw, okay, thank you guys. Stephanie can't talk. She's faking it. Thank you guys. So we're very excited. As you can see, some very talented people, very passionate, and they love children, they love to help, and they love walking people through that path and that journey to aMAYZing. So thank you. I'm very excited to be part of this. Next, we're going to hear from Wendy Vassaleros, there. My wife and Haley's mom. She's going to tell you something great, I'm sure.
I don't have anything officially planned, and so I'll try
try to be quick because those of you that know me well know that I can talk quite a lot. So I'll try to get down by 8:30 so you have time. But, I do want to say though, the chicken suit, that was funny, and she had this Halloween costume that her Auntie Kim bought her, and we put it on her, and it was this huge chicken, and it looked like these legs, like she was riding the chicken. And they got to wear their costume to therapy one day, and she was so excited, but she couldn't get in her car seat in it because it was a huge chicken on the front, and she had a fit in the garage as I'm trying to get it off her. I mean, I really thought someone was going to call the cops on me because she was like flipping out with this chicken costume, and then she wore it for like weeks later, so it was a little bit. But anyways, I can't even imagine that I'm here to see this. And if somebody would have told me 3 years ago that I'd be standing up here with all of you, and that my daughter would have made such an impact on everybody's life, I would have probably admitted you all to mental institutions. I would have never thought that was possible. And I'm so honored to have been her mother, and I feel like it's such a blessing that God trusted me, of all people in the world, to be her mom and to take care of her as much as I could. And she was tough. She had quite a temper on her, but she was an amazing little girl, and I probably learned more from her in the 3 years she was here and in the 2 that she's been gone than I've learned over my entire life. And when she passed away, I knew that her life couldn't be in vain. We had to do something, and so here we are. And I can't thank my husband enough. He's an amazing, amazing man, and to see him be able to pull something like this together, and to see all of you here, to know how loved we are. I never knew that we were so loved, and that our daughter was so loved, and it's just so overwhelming to me. I'll probably go home tonight and cry my eyes out. I don't want to cry here because I'll be all day, all night, but I am just so grateful for all of you here. I can't even put it into words how grateful I am. And I look at these pictures of Haley and her smile, and her birthday just passed in July 20th. She would have been 5. And most likely she'd be starting kindergarten this year. And so I hope that with this clinic we'll be able to help other children grow like she did, because I can tell you that these therapists really changed her life. They gave her a quality of life that she would not have had she not had them in their life. And I remember when our first day going, I almost didn't take her. I was kind of skeptical, and she might have only been about a year old. She wasn't crawling yet. She wasn't sitting up on her own, and I thought, she had 1 hour, and I thought, what's an hour of therapy going to do, really? And I almost didn't take her, and I thought, well, the regional center's funding it, it's free, it's an hour break for me, I'll take her in. And that was pretty much a deciding factor right there. I could bring a magazine and just read for an hour. But within a couple weeks, she was able to climb up and down the stairs by herself. She was able to crawl up and down the stairs, and I started to see just in that 1 hour these things that changed in her life, and it's just amazing. I can't even tell you what the 3 years of therapy that she had did for her and her quality of life. And every time the place where she had therapy was right by where we live, and every time we drive by, she'd say, "Mommy, my therapy is," and she would point, "My therapy is," and she knew, and that was her favorite. She loved going there. That was her favorite place to go, and she just had so much fun there, and she grew so much. And so I just thank all of you, and I promise you that every penny that is donated will go back to the foundation to help other children. And that was the most important thing to me, to make sure that this clinic was known as a nonprofit clinic, that we were not going to fund off this, but that children who need help, like Haley, would receive it. Because I can't imagine where she would have been if she didn't have the therapy that she had, and the quality of life, and the pride that she took in her therapy, and the things that she learned how to do. And I remember one day we were walking Lexi to school, and I went to help her step up on a curb, and you would have thought I ripped her arm off, because she had finally learned how to step up on the curb by herself. And the fact that I helped her, she had to step back off the curb and then step back on the curb by herself. So it was little things like that that I would learn through her, that she'd come home from therapy and she would learn how to do these things, and I'd try to help her with, and she would just go ballistic on me because she wanted to do it on her own. And the pride in her face, and the pride that she received from these therapists has just been amazing. And so I thank you all so much, and I'm just so grateful, so thank you.
I'm going to invite our last speaker of the night, Joe Simkowski. This is Wendy's dad, and Haley's Bambies is what she's called. So.
Okay, I'm back there trying to keep it together. I work for Toyota, and all the Toyota guys here will know I have sing this song so many times. And I'm sitting on the stairs and I said, I gotta write something here, but they've all heard it, but anyway, here it goes. Haley is #1, cuter than anyone. A smile you could never forget. She was always Grampy's pet. Thanks to everyone, glad you all having fun. Haley would love you a ton. Haley's king of the road. Did
not see that one coming. Thanks, Joe. Okay, so we're going to wrap up with 2 musical numbers. Daniel, if you want to come up and introduce them, and then I'll do some housekeeping stuff right after Daniel.
Dragonflies, and it's based on a story that I read on Wendy's blog about, it's a children's story, or it's a story to explain death to children. And I want to tell the story now, but I told it to my girlfriend the other day and I totally butchered it. So I hate to do that now. Do you know the story?
Yeah, Wendy, go tell the
Would you be able to tell the story much better than me, I'm sure?
I can kind of wing it. So it was, dragonflies actually come from water bugs, which I didn't know that until somebody had sent me the story. And so it's about these little water bugs, and they're all under the water, and they're talking, and every once in a while one of the water bugs will disappear and leave, and they don't really know where the water bug went. I hope I'm telling this right, because it's been a while since I've actually wrote that. And so finally, they all wanted to know where these water bugs went when they disappeared, where their friends would go. So finally they made this deal with each other that the next one that left the water or went through the surface would come back and tell them all where they went. And so sure enough, one of them leaves and goes through the surface and turns into a dragonfly, and it talks about how they soar in their wings and how beautiful it is to be out of the water and to see the world how it is. And basically, I think obviously it's relating to heaven and how when you pass through that veil, that now you're in this beautiful place and you're able to just soar. And so the friends are waiting, and the water bug tries to come back, or the dragonfly tries to come back and let him know what's going on, but he can't break the surface again. He can't come back through to tell them. And so one by one, they all eventually end up turning into dragonflies as well, and they get to meet each other back up there and enjoy the beautiful world. Yeah, the beautiful world. So that's kind of the gist of the story. Did I get it okay? Okay.
Sorry, I should have read it first before I came here.
So Mariah's going to sing this song, but she just found out that she was going to be singing today last night, so.
All right.
More in her life than you'll ever
guys, and Daniel's going to introduce it.
Thank you, Mariah. That was really awesome. Eve is going to sing the last song, and this is a family favorite. I wish I could say I wrote it, but I didn't.
In my daughter's eyes, I am a hero. I am strong and wise, and I know no fear. But the truth is plain to see. She was sent to rescue me. I see who I wanna be in my daughter's eyes. In my daughter's eyes, everyone is equal. Darkness turns to light, and the world is at peace. This miracle God gave to me gives me strength when I am weak. I find reasons to believe in my daughter's eyes. And when she wraps her hand around my finger, oh, it puts a smile in my head. Everything becomes a little clearer. I realize what life is all about. It's hanging on when your heart is had enough. It's giving more when you feel like giving up. I've seen the light, it's in my daughter's eyes. In my daughter's eyes, I can see the future, a reflection of who I am and what will be. Though she'll grow and someday leave, maybe raise a family. When I'm gone, I hope you see how happy she'll make me. For I'll be there in my daughter's
So it's amazing that the live entertainment you've heard tonight, they only found out about this 2 weeks ago. And so to write, compose, perform, practice, we're very grateful, and we really, really appreciate that. We were hoping to have these songs recorded, and they'll be available on our website for download. So thank you guys again for that.
I knew I wasn't going to get off without talking. Anyway, hi everyone. I just wanted to give a special shout out to Lynn Selzner. Please stand up for organizing. Come on, stand up for organizing. She organized all the music, all the speakers, and both of those, all of them. So thank you so much. That was so beautiful. Thank you.
Thanks for that shout out. We do appreciate it. So that concludes the entertainment portion of the night. Just a couple of announcements. We have a few other events happening on, I believe, well, we're going to pick a date. If you guys register here, we'll be emailing you. We'll have a grand opening party at the clinic. That'll be probably the last Saturday of September, but please register. We'll give you that information. Also, we are reaching out to local restaurants. They want to help. There are going to be nights and days when we can go there, and the proceeds from any of our purchases will go towards the foundation. The one coming up, this one's for Matt Brown. Where's he at? Yeah. Buffalo Wild Wings. We love your information. So they give us 2 nights, August 9th and August 11th. So if you want to go and have some wings and fun at the Buffalo Wild Wings here in Lake Forest, then we get those proceeds. So we have to bring a coupon. So on this table back here, underneath this art, there are a bunch of things that you can take with you. There's some information about the clinic. There's business cards for each of the ladies and myself. There's Wendy wrote a great story. We call it A Mother's Message. It's a little bit of information about alien therapy. There is also some coupons for the, you have to take this ticket with you to Buffalo Wild Wings. And then before you leave on the way out, and I'm not saying to leave because we're just getting started, but we've prepared a special gift for everyone. And there's about 150 some magnets over there that are framed pictures of Haley. We actually found 150 different pictures of her. So sort through it, find the one that touches you, because I'll tell you what, I went through them and I wanted one of each. But that's our gift to you. Please take one of those with you on your way out. One of the other things I want to let you know too is that, so we've talked about this way to help. We've talked about the silent auction. There's one other thing that we're going to be putting up back there, and we're going to call it our equipment wall. So one of the things that we are that we need in order to open our doors is a set of equipment, and it's very specialized therapy equipment. And so what we've done, we set it up on the wall. There's a picture of what we're looking for, a cost, and so if someone wants to just buy one of those things, we'll be able to pay for them right there. Or if you want to put $20 towards one of them, it's fine. But this gives you the opportunity to actually see and appreciate the things that we actually have to put in there. So the last thing I'm going to tell you guys is, in case you haven't heard, we're very excited that we did get a celebrity spokesman for the foundation. And we actually had a really cool opportunity. We got to go to his house and record what we call a public service announcement, a PSA. And so our celebrity spokesman is 7-time Emmy Award winner Ed Asner. So all the young kids are like, who? He's the dude from Up. So he did the voice for the old man from Up, and let me tell you, we went to his house. He lives in the house from Up. It's all these knickknacks. I mean, it's hilarious, and he is literally the guy from Up. So what we're going to do, there's a couple TVs throughout the house. There's one back there in the kitchen. There's one down in the poker room. We're going to play the PSA for the first time tonight, and then you can see it on your way out too. There's a couple of computers right here. But if you guys don't mind, turn around looking that way. We'll let Ed Asner wrap us up, and then you guys party on.
Just a second, I gotta